Hi everyone, and welcome back to Balanced Motherhood. Here on Balanced Motherhood, I like to talk about self-improvement for moms and a little bit of everything sprinkled in between, all things motherhood. My name is Gwen, and welcome back, or welcome if you are new to Balanced Motherhood. So I know you've seen a thumbnail, so you already kind of have an idea of what this video is going to be about. So I'm going to just jump right into it. I was doing some research for my most recent video, and I'm going to, before I get started, I'm sorry. If you hear any noises, it's because I'm driving right now, and I decided that I'm going to just, record this, just record my thoughts because I don't always have time to set up my camera and get my lighting all perfect, just how y'all like, okay? But I really do want to talk about this. So, sorry about the noises. I'm driving. But doing some research for my last video. My last video was called How to Not Look Like a Mom, right? And I know this is kind of weird, like you're trying to figure out how does this correlate, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna get right down to it, okay? So I do research for all of my videos, and the reason why is because I don't like to go based off my thoughts alone, because I know there's always something more that I can learn that I can also bring to my audience, because I want to give you the full scale of my knowledge, but I also want to make sure I'm up to date on certain things, because I don't want to give you any outdated information, okay? So when I'm doing research, I come across things that I sometimes need to talk about and I need to address, and this is one of them. So I kind of started my research for that video just being pretty generic, and I just typed into Google, because Google is one of my favorite search engines. I typed in stereotypes of moms. That's what I typed in. And automatically the first thing that pops up are groups of women, and they are categorized by like a stereotypical name, like Carol or Pam or Rachel, okay? And I'm gonna put the picture on the screen of what I'm talking about right now. And so I read them out loud, and I'm like, okay, this is funny, I'm like, oh wow, all right. And a lot of them do make sense. They completely make sense, right? So I decided to keep scrolling. So I might show you in this video what I saw, but I'm scrolling down and scrolling down and scrolling down some more, okay? And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but in my videos, I do like to show black women as mothers, because I am a black woman. That's what I am. And I like to show my image because I really want to change the narrative of what black mothers are viewed as, because I know there's a lot of bad stereotypes against us. Some of that stuff is planted, we already know. But some of the other things, have a hint of truth to it. Yes, it does. But for the most part, we are also good mothers, okay? So as I'm looking at the stereotypes of moms, I'm noticing that there is no African American moms, and not even just African American, there's no women of color at all in the stereotype of what a mom is search. I don't see anything. And I'm like, what's up with this? Like, why is there no women of color at all in this search? I'm thinking, they're going to show a stereotypical Mexican mom, a stereotypical black mom, a stereotypical Indian mom, Middle Eastern mom, the list goes on and on, Asian mom. Why am I only seeing Caucasian women? Okay, so I'm like, all right. This has to be a fluke. Okay, this has to be not real. So I had to be more intentional. So sometimes I have to be more direct, you know? So I decided to type in stereotypes of black moms, because that's what I am. That's really what I want to see first. You always want to see what you identify with first. And that's based on any human, honestly. You want to see something that is relatable. That's the reason why we go on social media. A lot of times we want to see what's relatable. That's why we spend so many times scrolling and taking our time curating our algorithms and things like that. That's why we do that. It's because we want to feel connected to what we're watching and what we're looking at. So, okay, I go and type it in. And to my surprise, why am I surprised? I think sometimes, like, I have my rose-colored glasses on, and I just, like, when I'm doing research for my videos, I just don't expect things like this to happen. Once I typed it in, the first thing I saw was what they call a mammy. Okay, and if you don't know what a mammy is, a mammy basically is a black woman that used to take care of a Caucasian family. Okay. In the beginning, she didn't get paid at all. At all. Later on, they did start compensating her, but it was barely close to nothing. So, in the eyes of us now in 2025, we would consider that slavery. Even though she was getting paid, it's still slavery. So I'm sitting here confused. Like, why is this the only stereotype of a black mom? Like, I was really irritated. And, like, I'm not the social justice warrior type person. That's not me. But that really bothered me. It bothered me because I have children. Like, if you're watching this channel, most likely you're a mom. Like, I'm enraged because I don't want my children to see this as the stereotype of black women. I do want them to know that where we came from. Yes, indeed. But a lot of information, unfortunately, is not documented. It's documented. Let's get it straight. It's documented, but they don't want us to see it. There are so many different videos. There are so many different photos of black women being moms. To be honest, I would have even been more satisfied seeing a mom in a bonnet and a robe on talking to her children as a black mom. To be realistic, I would have rather have seen that than for them to show us as slaves. For that to be the stereotype. But on the other end, it doesn't look like that. It just really bothers me, you know, and that's really why I want to talk about it, is because that's something that needs to be known. You know, if you're following me, I'm pretty sure all my viewers are not African American, but if you are any sort of minority, I'm pretty sure you can understand and you can relate to what I'm saying. Like, they do not show other races in a good light when it comes to motherhood, and that's why I have made my channel. I really want to be the change that I want to see. I have to do that. I have to. I feel like that is my purpose here. I have to do it. So I don't know how I'm going to rank on Google, but I'm going to figure it out. I really am, because this really bothered me. Like, comment in the comment section. What do you think about this? How does this make you feel? You know, do you have any reaction to it at all? Like, is this something that you're used to seeing? Did you already know about this? Comment below some things you think I can do to help change this. You know, like, what kind of videos do I need to make? What kind of content do I need to put out there? Who do I need to contact? because I'm really starting to feel like, you know, there's an agenda out there. Like, especially after seeing that statue, it's like, it's really bothersome that Black women are shown in a certain light, even though we have come so far. We've come really far, and I don't think we deserve to be represented like this. And I want to do something about it. So, you know, in my own way. I'm not going out there holding up a sign and walking around in circles. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. My ancestors did that for me, so I don't have to do that. But there are other ways that I can make a stand, you know, and I need to do it. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I know this is a different kind of video, and you know, comment below if you want to see another if you want to see or hear another video like this, because, you know, sometimes I do have thoughts about things and I don't always bring it to my channel because I don't know how to present it. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, and don't forget that balance is possible for every mom. I'll see you in my next video.